Hello, Internet. It is I, the Malik Aaron, and welcome back to the channel, part 75. Yeah, that's right. The Cancel series has reached yet another major milestone. We are now three-fourths of the way to reaching the fabled episode 100. Will we make it there? I sure as hell hope not, but considering how things are going right now, it's not impossible. I can tell you that much. It is not impossible. I mean, after what happened in January and March, I'm ready for just about anything at this point. But anywho, yeah, episode 75. What happened? What caused this? Well, two things actually. The first is what you're seeing on your screen right now, Addams Family 2. The second revolves around Venom 2. Not just that, but Sony's future slate of movies. But we'll talk about that a little later. Right now, Addams Family 2. So this happened on Friday, and the reason why I didn't cover it immediately was because it was an isolated news story. Nothing else dropped that day that that justified me making another canceled episode. Because the rules I set up for myself when it comes to this series is that if two or more movies are affected, it gets an episode. I think the only one I didn't do that with was 72, where I talked about Clifford the Big Red Dog and the whole Delta variant situation. But besides that, two or more, that's the rule. And now that Venom 2, something might happen to that movie, we got another episode. But yeah, enough rambling. Addams Family 2. So what happened to this movie? Well, its release date has not changed. It will still come out October 1st. Not only that, it will still be in theaters. But the only thing that has changed is its release strategy. While this will still play in theaters, it will also be playing on PVOD, Premium Video on Demand, for $20. So it works a little bit like the whole Disney Plus Premier Access thing, where you can either watch it in the theater or you pay $30 to watch it on Disney Plus. It works like that, except it's $10 cheaper. So I think it's a far better deal, an infinitely better deal. But yeah, this definitely this hurts the October box office a bit, because as we've seen plenty of times, this whole day and date strategy of releasing a movie either on a streaming service or on PVOD while being in theaters doesn't work out all that well. I mean, there are exceptions. Godzilla vs. Kong, probably the biggest exception of them all, is that. Black Widow, I guess. I mean, Jungle Cruise has done okay. Crap. Well, there was also there's Conjuring 3, Tom and Jerry, Mortal Kombat. They all did okay-ish. Besides those, it's just been a death sentence. There's way too many bombs for even the name, you know, to just to tell you how this day and day thing is a bad idea, and how it affects both ends of the strategy, both the theatrical and the streaming slash PVOD side. Now, the reason why this is happening makes sense. The Delta variant is still running rampant in the US. And because this is a family movie and the main demographic is, kids under the age of 12, that can be very problematic because that group can't get vaccinated. If so there's a high chance a lot of, families out there are a little too hesitant to go to the theater in October and decide I'll just watch it for $20 at home. It's probably cheaper for them anyway, rather than taking the whole family to the cinema. But yeah, this is just another example, another example of family movies being just crippled, downright crippled by the pandemic. I mean, Hotel Transylvania 4, supposed to be theatrical, went to Amazon. Clifford the Big Red Dog was supposed to come out next month, got delayed indefinitely. And now this, supposed to be theatrical, now it's on PVOD too. So, yeah, I don't blame him for this. I mean, family movies have been doing quite bad during this era, with a few exceptions. Jungle Cruise has done okay. Paw Patrol opened surprisingly well, considering not only was it on Paramount Plus, but it didn't play in Regal cinemas because of the whole day and date release thing. So I'm kind of well. This did take place before the Paw Patrol numbers came in. So I mean, after what happened with Paw Patrol, there's no real reason to keep doing this to family movies. But a lot of these studios, they're not taking the risk. They don't think it's worth it. They want to play. They want to play the safe side. But so what can you do? But at least it gives families more than one option to watch the movie. Even though personally I was never going to watch this movie anyway. I didn't see that. I didn't even see the 2019 one. I had no interest in it. So why would I have interest in this one? Or for all you Addams Family stands out there, you now have options. So congrats to you. Yeah, so that's what happened with Addams Family 2. Now, Venom 2. We've already talked about Venom 2. I know we have 2 episodes ago, in fact, where the movie ended up being delayed, but that was only after there was a rumor that was swirling around that it would be delayed. And what do you know, the same thing is happening again. Because as you see the title here of this Vulture article, Venom Let There Be Carnage may be delayed until 2022, will more fall movies follow. Yeah, Venom 2 could, emphasis on the word could, be delayed again. Nothing is official. This is just a rumor, albeit a strong rumor. So I'm going to read here. Yeah, they talk about Clifford the Big Red Dog, Hotel Transylvania 4, yeeting out of theaters. And they also mentioned Jungle Cruise not doing that great. I mean, it could have been worse, I guess. I mean, I wouldn't call it a bomb per se, especially in comparison to other movies. It's going to be one of the few movies this year to make $100 million domestically. But for normal standards, yeah, it's not good. It didn't perform very well. And of course, the Suicide Squad, that's a straight bomb. There's no question about that. That's a disaster. And now, Venom 2 already got delayed. It was supposed to come out September 24th, and it got pushed to October 15th. Right? And I thought it might stay there, but it might not now. Because, well, this thing called CinemaCon is happening this week. And, it just goes over all the movies that are, coming out and then showing footage, first time footage or like official trailers for movies that are coming out in the near future. They showed off Spider-Man No Way Home. That's why we got the trailer. Well, the trailer got leaked online originally. Then it premiered at CinemaCon. Then it went to social media. And then today I just found out CinemaCon had the Matrix 4 trailer. So I think it's only a matter of time before we see footage of that. But one movie that wasn't there was Venom Let There Be Carnage, which is weird because the movie comes out in like 2 months. You think you'd want to showcase that movie? I mean, Ghostbusters Afterlife had a freaking screening of the entire movie, and that movie comes out a month after Venom Let There Be Carnage. So, and the Bullet Train comes out way next year. So something's not right here. So, as it says here, according to multiple inside sources, Sony's planning to delay the release of Venom Let There Be Carnage until January 21st, 2022. The date currently occupied by the Jared Leto vampire superhero thriller Morbius, but the studio is waiting to make the announcement until after CinemaCon. And CinemaCon ends, I just checked, it ends Thursday. So we might get some news right after it ends regarding some of Sony's movies. And they also mentioned, like, Doom. Well, Doom was going to stay because of the whole HBO Max thing. And Top Gun Maverick, they're likely going to keep their dates, but they said Eternals could be delayed if Shang-Chi doesn't do well. So Shang-Chi, like, if it does well, then Eternals has nothing to worry about. If it bombs, that's a problem. And then there's also No Time to Die. That's bound to stay too. I mean, how much more can that movie be delayed? I mean, it's been delayed so many times. Like, I don't think it would be worth it anymore. But yeah, this whole thing, Venom 2 being delayed and alongside possibly several other movies because, when it comes, because there have been plenty of times where we've seen the domino effect happen with plenty of these studios. Like, if one movie goes, a whole bunch more go all at once, too. So I would fully expect something to happen to some of Sony's movies at the end of the week. Spider Man No Way Home, I don't see that being delayed at all. I mean, if it was going to be delayed, why the hell would you put the December 17th date at the end of the trailer in big bold text if you knew for a fact it wasn't going to stay? That would make zero sense. And besides, so many people are hyped for Spider-Man No Way Home. It's like over 30 million views. The trailer has 30 million views after a day. If that doesn't scream hype, I don't know what does. And that's just a teaser. We don't even know, like, the rest of the plot yet, or like what else could be in the movie until the movie comes out. So there's no way in hell Spider-Man No Way Home is getting delayed, especially not now. That would be a terrible decision. And Ghostbusters Afterlife, I see staying. They've delayed that movie long enough. I don't think it would kill them to release it, in November. But yeah, that's what's going on with Venom 2. If it gets delayed to next year, that's going to suck. I'm going to be sad if that does indeed happen. Because, it could be, well, I'm not saying it'll be good, but it'll at least be extremely entertaining. And, that's the type of movie I want to see. And if it gets delayed again, I'm going to be a little pissed off because it's been delayed enough times. So, yeah. Now the question, what else could change? What else could get delayed and whatnot? Well, nothing in August and September. I mean, August is just about over, so why would anything change now? September looks set, looks quite set. October, this is where problems start to come in. Venom 2, I mean, this October 15th release date isn't a good idea anyway, because not only is it sandwiched in between No Time to Die and Dune, it has to deal with Halloween Kills head on. So that's, maybe a delay would be beneficial. Yeah, probably would be. But again, we won't know until Sony actually says something. Yeah, Venom 2 is pretty much guaranteed to move again. At least I think it is. I don't know about the rest of October. The rest of October looks pretty set. November looks set for the most part. Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City. If we don't see, footage of that soon, expect it to be delayed. Uh, December. December looks mostly set. With Spider-Man No Way Home being the big holiday movie, not to mention Matrix 4 and Sing 2. Yeah, it looks set. At least at this point in time, it does. 2022, that's where questions really start to pop up. uh, yeah. Well, Morbius actually comes out January 28th, but just like if if Venom 2 takes that January 21st spot, then Morbius has to move because it would be ridiculous. It would be the stupidest decision in the world to have two superhero movies back to back. Like, who would do that? You're just asking for cannibalization at that point. So if Venom moves, then it's likely, who knows, Resident Evil moves, Morbius moves. What other Sony moves do we got? Uncharted moves. Maybe Bullet Train moves wherever it is. What else they got? I mean, Sony, their schedule's kind of light for 2022, but you know, I do. I don't even know at this point. I'm tired, but yeah, I fully expect Venom 2 and Morbius to move again. Those are the two that I think are most likely to change. And Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City if we do not see any footage for that movie in the near future. Yeah, but for the most part, everything else looks fine. I mean, there's no real reason to delay everything unless Shang-Chi bombs. In that case, then delay everything. Like, if Shang-Chi can't succeed, there's a good chance none of these movies will. But what do I know? We have to wait and see how that all works out. But yeah, that's it. That's all. Make sure to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, share the whole drill. Want to check out more videos like this? I got a playlist on the homepage with all previous canceled videos I made. You know, all the movies that were supposed to come out but didn't, including this one. There's now 75. You know, I've covered so many movies. I've covered Venom 2 way too many times at this point. It needs to come out, but you know, from what I'm hearing, it just won't. At least not now. But if you want to watch any of the past canceled videos I made, that way you're up to date on all these movies. That way you know what's happening to them, where they are, when they'll get released. You know, all of that. I highly suggest you watch it. There's also box office predictions where I predict box office results for movies. This weekend I'm doing Candyman. The next week I'm doing Shang-Chi and Legend of the Ten Rings. It's gonna be a big one. I just know it. But if you want to check out any of the past prediction videos I made this year, go right ahead. There's also the August recap. No, not the August. Box office recaps where I go over the box office results for any particular month. August recap will come out shoot. About 2 weeks ish from now, probably after Labor Day. Yeah, I think that would be a good time to do it. So yeah, likely after, or maybe a little before Labor Day, probably the 2nd or 3rd of September, I think it's likely. It'll be early September, that's all I'll tell you. But if you want to check out any of my past recap videos I've done, you can go right ahead. And yeah, that's it. That's all. I am out. Goodbye.